Hey kids, it's me, Mr. Archer. I'm back with Blender today. It's getting nice out. My son, he's 2, has been playing outside with bubbles. So I figured, let's make some bubbles today. Alright, let's get started. Here we have Blender. I have the default 3D scene open. We can change to our front view by hitting 1 on our number pad. We can get rid of this cube by hitting X and delete. Let's add Shift A meta ball. Okay, we're going to choose ball. I don't believe we've used these before. So these are going to help us create our bubbles and get a nice liquid effect when we have a bunch of them. So now that we have that, we can hit G, and then we can move it over here. Now we can add mesh. Let's get a sphere in there. And we're going to use this as our particle emitter. Now we did a liquid simulation earlier this week, so you can look back at that to get a sense of what we're doing today. All right, with our sphere selected, we need to go to our particle properties off to the right. We're going to add a new particle system to our sphere, so we hit plus. And we'll leave most of the default settings the way they are, but we're going to bring this down, say 100. We don't want too many bubbles. And bring the lifetime, let's say up to 200. And randomness, say 1. That way we have bubbles that disappear. And let's go down to physics. Now with these, we want to change the physics type to Boids. Get a nice bubbly effect. We're going to bring its mass down. So you can see here, mass, so that each particle have its size in the physics properties. So let's bring that down to 0.1. And we can close that. And under render, we need to change it from halo, so that way we can tell our emitter to use the meta ball. So we change this to object. And down below under object, the instance object, you can select M ball. And that should be all set, but let's go back up to render. Let's change the scale to 1 and scale randomness to 1. And right here where it says show emitter, so when we render our image, we don't want to see the sphere, so we can get rid of this. Okay, now we don't need to mess with anything else. Okay, I can close all these. Now, let's test it out. Go to our playhead, at the bottom here, bring this up, and we'll hit play. Hey, look at that. Got some bubbles going on. Okay, so we'll bring it back to frame 1. I'm going to save while I'm here. And let's go up to our outliner, and where sphere is, let's just poke the eye out. And look at it again. Cool. All right, so we want to actually see our bubbles. So we're going to need to add a texture. Now the texture allows our bubbles to be transparent and gives a little bit of color. And we'll go over to shading to do that. So up at the top, you can choose shading. We can go into our camera view by hitting 0 on our number pad. Okay, now you don't see anything shaded on our bubbles yet. So we're going to have to make a few changes. So off to the right, let's choose our render properties. We're going to change our render engine from Eevee to Cycles to get us some more accurate lights and allow us to do what we're going to do for our texture here. Now we can apply a new texture. Let's select the meta balls here. Select our, so make sure this meta ball here is selected. Hit new. And now we have a new material. Let's just go make sure it's applied. So I have meta ball properties here, and underneath you have the material. There it is. So we can call this material bubbles. And we can bring this up. Now this material I found on YouTube from a gentleman called CG Matter. I recommend his YouTube channel. Lots of good information on Blender. So we're going to change a few settings here. We can zoom in with our middle mouse button. This window, I don't think we've used this before. This is a node editor. So this allows us to have little boxes of information to really have control over how things look in our viewport. So in this node, the principled BSDF, we're just going to change a few things here. All right, let's leave these top few alone. And then we'll go down to, let's see, sheen tint, that's good. Let's bring our clear coat up to 0.500. Match the sheen tint. And I think this can be good. Let's bring this down, put 1. Bring our transmission all the way to 1. Ooh, there we go. I'm starting to see right through our bubbles. And we can drop our alpha. Now we've discussed opacity previously, so this is going to allow us to really control how we see through our bubbles here. So let's bring this down to 0.300. I can bring my window down. Oops. There. How's that? Looks pretty cool. Okay, so back to our material. We want to add a few more nodes. So I'm just zooming out with my middle mouse button, and I'm clicking the middle mouse button in to drag over. So I'm going to add, let's see, texture, wave texture. We'll put this here. Let's add a converter, go to math, there. We're going to hit Shift D to duplicate. Use this one right here because we're going to want multiply and an add. Now we need input. We're going to choose a layer weight. I'll put this down here. And our last node we need to add hue saturation value. So let's go to color. There. We can zoom in. We're just going to tweak a few settings here, and then we can connect the dots. Change this to 2. Change this to 20. And that's 2. And we can drop this roughness. We shouldn't need that. And we'll bring our color here down to value. Change the value to 0.250. Take this value, pop it into this value. Oops. So what I'm doing is I'm just clicking this little circle, dragging the noodle down, and I'm going to try to connect that. Boom. There we go. All right. We leave this at 500. Then we'll go down from add to the value. Pop this right into the blend of our layer weight. And then we're going to use the facing to bring this up to hue. Change this, bring this down by half. And the value in that can stay the same. So in order to see these changes we've made to our node settings here, we're going to have to take this color and pop it into our base color here. Like, oh, that's kind of bubbly, right? But let's see. Let's chain this down to all the way to red. There, I'll bring that all the way up. Okay, there's some cool swirlies going on here. Now our viewport settings is still set to, let's see, we're looking at material preview mode. So if we move over to render mode, see a little something different there. Now what happened to our background, huh? We want to render this out, have a nice lit bubble. So I use Blender Cloud, and with Blender Cloud, I have access to HDRI images. So off to the right, under our world settings, we have how our world looks like in our background here. So we want to change that under color. We want to add environment texture. So right where that purple pinkish stuff will be, we'll have an HDRI image to help light our scene. So if we drop down here, we don't have an HDRI image yet. But I can go, let's go back to layout at the top. And here's our bubbles. If I take my mouse in the bottom corner here, you see the crosshairs pops up. I can click and drag off to the right. Now I can change this window here to a UV editor. So we can add our HDRI image in here. Now with Blender Cloud, I have an add-on that allows me to hit Control-Alt-Shift-A. Boom. It's going to log me in. And I get access to all this cool stuff. So I can go to HDRI. And let's choose Outdoor. And we'll see a bunch of HDRI images. So this image will give us the light data to light our bowls. We can choose Dry Field. And now that that's in our project, we can go back to shading. But we still see purpley pink. So we'll go back to our world settings, drop down, we'll grab Dry Field. There we go. Now let's save our project. We can move our camera here by clicking in the middle mouse wheel. Actually, we're just changing our viewport, not the camera. There, let's point out where the sun is. That's kind of cool. Now, if I want to lock my camera view right about here, I can hit Control-Alt-0. There. Now we can go back to our material settings. Play with the alpha here, see how it looks. How's that? Oh, we can bring that back up. There, those look like bubbles, right? So let's go back to layout. I can bring my mouse down to the bottom corner here and I get that crosshairs again. So we want to get rid of this window. So I can click here and move my mouse over and poof. Alright, so let's switch to camera view. And we're going to pick where our bubbles look really cool. Whoa, that's a lot of bubbles. Let's, how about... There. Okay. So now, with our materials, our world's lit, we can hit F12, and it'll render out an image. Let's try that out. Now, since we're using the Cycles render engine, it's going to take a little longer to render out. So let's hit F12. There we go. The bubbles have finished rendering. You can see the color from the texture. So thank you, CG Matter, for the info on how to get the correct texture for bubbles. And the background, the HDRI image, I'm using cloud.blender.org. All right, kids, that's all I have for today. Bye.